Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris in our Roma Galactica series. This is the Infinity Machine. We just dealt with the... looks cool up close. I don't think I've ever actually zoomed into it before. We just dealt with the enigmatic fortress in the previous episode, and I'm really excited because we are seconds away from a couple of new technology options so we can start actually researching. As you recall, we did not actually get those benefits just yet. It's going to be a second before we actually, have all those technologies. We have to research them. The enigmatic fortress does not simply hand them to you. You have to go through and actually get them one by one. So we're going to be working on that. We have a pretty good research output, all things considered. I've been commenting on that a lot in the past couple of episodes. So, I think that, oh good, some people migrated to this planet, and this one is going to the new ocean planet we just set up as a colony. So yeah, we just have a lot going on. Balawar Continentum, where are you? So this is our new colony that's being set up right now in the system where the fortress was for the longest time hanging out. And we also have Classis Ravenus. Where are you exactly? You're in orbit of Sirius Continentum. Classis Missinensis, our original fleet, is of course in orbit around Earth. And because all of our fleets have returned home to various places, actually the third strike force here, there's two destroyers. I bet I can just plug this. Oh, yeah, that's right. We didn't lose a single destroyer. So the third strike force doesn't really have a home with one of the two main fleets yet. But in the coming episodes, we may well be adding, I'm going to unpause real quick. We may well be adding to our fleets a little bit. So we just have lots coming up. We also have an Ascension perk that we haven't used yet because we're waiting for this tech to finish. It's going to be 4 to 4 months away, but hopefully we can find some boosts that make it a little bit faster. So let me take a look at what my construction ships are currently doing before I let the clock get too far away from me here. So this construction ship is currently, he's just getting ready to do some upgrades, actually. So when you're done with that, why don't you build stuff over here? That would be appreciated, sir. So work on those, and then this construction ship is over here. Looks like there's a system over here that doesn't have anything being built in it yet. Oh, these two as well. Almost completely overlooked them, even though they were right next to the other system I was queuing stuff up in. So that's that, and then I guess, hang on, there's this construction ship down here, which we do need to get these set up now that that system is finally safe. All right, and that stuff is being built over here. That stuff is being built over there. So I suppose I'm just going to keep this guy going. And there's so many more colony worlds to start with. Like, we have just so much colonization to do. And we have a decent amount of influence per turn right now. So we're going to be able to add a lot to our territory in the coming episodes. It's going to be fantastic. I'm super excited about this. I feel like things have been going really well. Plus, remember, we opened the episode by looking at the Infinity Machine, and there is a possibility that we will be doing that as well. That we'll be getting that done this episode as well, is what I mean to say. So, Britannia has finally been established as a sector. We have a number of colonizable worlds in our territory that we can add to. There's also a colonizable world out here that we can add to our territory. It's a tundra planet. Let's actually go ahead and take care of that right now. It should be within our reach. Yes, it is. It has a habitability decrease, unfortunately, but I think it's still good enough. Yeah, because of the research we've done, we can send humans we're going to just send them straight from Earth. Am I building anything on Earth right now? Yeah, we can do that. So let's do that, and let's go ahead and put you... Looks like this would be a great spot to put the colony ship once everything's done. So this is going to be... This is a tundra world, so this is Mang Pruine, I believe. And that's that. Actually, one second. I just realized I don't have my list in front of me. Problem solved. There we go. All right, so... Balawar Continentum is still colonizing. Let's go ahead and go to speed 3. So our next target, after we get some of our initial tech here that we're looking for, we're going to start a new sector out here. But, oh, hello. All right, so the Tendrakian technocracy is actually not happy with us for colonizing that system. The colony is part of our future. It stays. So we have just driven a wedge in between us and the Tendrakians. But yeah, we're going to work on getting these new techs in place for a little bit before we declare war. But once we have some in place, we're probably going to go to war with... We have 3 border powers, really, we need to conquer. The Tendrakians I've had my eye on for the longest time because they're just a hegemonic power that's nearby. But there's also the Kingdom of Yonderim up here that we need to deal with, as well as the Polismus Order. So we have war targets, and we definitely have the military advantage right now, as we've seen. We also still have a dimensional horror that's solidly within our territory now that we can probably afford to attack pretty soon. I think especially once we have the tech from the fortress, then we're going to do that. So we have access to leader enhancement, selected lineages, which is a policy, and I'll show you what that does in a second, but or where you can get to it in a second. But while active, our empire gains leader experience plus 25% for experience gain, leader lifespan plus 25 years, and leader recruitment cost plus 50%. So more expensive leaders, but better leaders. So let's go ahead and go for new research here and see what kinds of new tech we have access to. So actually nothing related in this section in society research to the new technologies. So we can up our sector limit, we can up our food production, which isn't really needed. You know, the orbital mind control laser is tempting, just to make sure that we have a lot of control over our current situation, our current ethics situation. People were saying in response to, I think, 2 or 3 episodes back, there was one particular comment, and this was one person that said this, but I want to talk about it because I want to make sure people understand where I'm coming from here. One person made the remark that, again, this is just one person, so maybe one person feels this way, but just in case others come along, you know, tomorrow, next week, next month, a year from now, watching this series, when I selected harmony, I wasn't thinking in terms of like hippie, peace, love, and harmony, that kind of harmony. Harmony gives bonuses to happiness. It gives bonuses to, as you can see here, governing ethics attraction. And it improves the lifespan of leaders. And also, when we are declared, when we are actually attacked in a war, we get better ship build speed. It reduces unrest, and it gives us additional unity. And when you have every single harmony tradition, you actually get a reduction in the cost of consumer goods, which will help mineral costs go up. So it's not in terms of peace, love, and happiness in that sense, because that is, I think, contrary to the Roman story I'm trying to tell. But I think with this particular tree, you know, since we're getting a big empire and we have these powerful factions, I want to make sure that unrest has as little influence as possible, that we maintain absolute control of our planet, and that's my motivation for going with that. We of course already have prosperity, so that's already helping us out a good bit. But then maybe after we're finished with harmony as an end game, we could go with supremacy, because we'll probably be doing some fighting at that point. But for now, I think harmony is the way to go to make sure this massive empire that we've started locking down is in fact stable. So yeah, the Tendrakians are not going to be happy with me now. Let's see what our relationship with them is, all things considered. They're considered inferior to us now, by the way. Yeah, we have border friction and they're xenophobic, but their opinion of us is still quite good. They're still receptive to us. Their technology level is considered equivalent for the moment, but again, we have access to some new technologies that are going to make them a little uncomfortable. All right, so we have 2 colonies actually landing in Balawar, which is going to be great from a core system point of view. Oh yeah, we need to select a society project. Let's go ahead and, I mean, I like the will to power aspect just to make sure that we continue to maintain control of our situation, but I also like cheaper leader recruitment cost across the board. There's that. I also mentioned that I would show you that policy. So down here, oh, where are you? Actually, it's a policy up here, leader enhancement. So you can go for selected lineages. So actually, it automatically got selected as our policy, as our empire policy. So leader recruitments are going to be more expensive, but our leaders will live longer now, including our emperor, and we will have more experience gain as a result, which is quite nice. Let's also take a look at our other policies to see how things are. Unrestricted wars, good. Food stockpiling, we could probably afford to increase this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, because once we get up to the top, we'll grow at a good pace again, and I feel like we might be about to get into some wars, so having a good food stockpile is going to be handy. Orbital bombardment, we can go for full orbital bombardment if we wanted to. There might be a faction that likes that, then again, there might be a faction that hates it, so let's take a look at our factions really quick before we decide on that. Alright, so I don't see anything about orbital bombardment here. Nothing there. Science without borders. So we need to do our research treaties to get the research efficiency academy back on board with us again. So we need to get those set up. Galactic Emancipation League. Interesting. All right. So I don't see anything about the bombing policies. I think the One Throne Group, or perhaps the Whetstone Initiative, would be most likely to have a policy related to this. And we don't. So we have a local rivalry, which is good for that particular faction. But let's go back to our policies one more time and make sure we've examined that. So we've got Map the Stars going right now because that's, again, that's increasing our survey speed, and we have research boosts thanks to other traditions from our survey speed. Also, information quarantine is still on because it's helping us. How much influence are we making raw per turn? 3.59? Not bad. We've got 2 active edicts and we're making that much per turn. That's pretty good. Grand Fleet, which we might do at some point if we really feel the need, but this naval capacity and repair speed, it's just an amazing edict to use. And of course, share the burden. So this improves slave mineral and food output as well as robot resource output. So we could turn this on if we wanted a bit more resources from our robot population, but I don't think that would have a big enough impact at the moment. So anyway, those are just some of the other policies we could change. Oh, and I was looking at the other ones, in fact. So orbital bombardment is one, native interference is unrestricted, native enlightenment is prohibited, but we could allow it. Leader enhancement, again, selected lineage. First contact protocol is it's peaceful, even though we're still seeing aggressive options during new first contacts. So that might be a bug with the current version of the game. Artificial intelligence, again, the next patch coming out, 1.6 Atoms, is going to be a bug fixing update, so that could be fixed in that. We don't want to outlaw AI. We want to tolerate presentience. Core world's populations. I kind of want my core world populations to just be citizens and slaves. I kind of just want it to be Roman, but we'll leave that for now because I feel like there's a faction that wants me to have that policy as it is. And then refugees are welcome. I don't know. Refugees may be from our citizen species. Tell you what, let's leave refugees open because I feel like that could lead to some interesting gameplay mechanics. That's newer to Banks and Utopia, so we'll leave that on. Slavery is allowed, of course, and then purging is prohibited completely. But we can go to displacement if we wanted to. Is there a faction that wants... No, don't see anything about it, but yeah, some of these factions are decently big and they're not happy, but we're going to do what we can to keep our core governing mechanics strong. All right, so we finished researching energy credits plus 5%. So notice we went from, I think it was plus 99 to plus 158 there in one little jump, which is awesome. All right, so here's some of our new tech. Now, I kind of want to do this first. As much as I want these technologies, these are all amazing. The enigmatic decoder, enigmatic deflectors, these are new shields. We have new power generators. God, so many cool new things. So these are for disruption fields. These are for actual stations, which we haven't built stations yet, but we're probably going to need to soon-ish. I either want to go for a new power or potentially, I do want to kind of boost our physics research though, because we need this. We could use dark matter now. The physics research plus 20% would be huge. Also, the armor plus 20% would be huge. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to go for these new techs soon, but this is tempting first. Considering the fact that we need this, we're going to need this in order to research these faster, yeah, let's do this. It's going to be 60 months, but I'm going to try and move through those pretty quickly. Also, is everything matched up? Yeah, it's actually pretty well matched up at the moment. The Mentat is researching dark matter drawing. So our current bonuses are mapping pretty well. We have one Ascension perk available, but again, we're waiting for these 59 months to pass. Change of heart. Bribe leaders. We don't want new factions popping up. Also, speaking of research bonuses, let's pay a visit to some of our new... Oh, actually, we have an artisan enclave to talk to. Can you aid us in our research? We would like to purchase this service. Yep. All right, so that's that. But if we have an artisan troop, that'll help with our unity. Holy crap. So let's pay a visit to you. I don't think I've done too much to... Yeah. So we could commission an art piece, but we've already done that a few times. We wish to become your patron. It's a deal. So this would increase our monthly unity. That put it up to 593. Not bad at all. Let's go back and see one more time if there's anything else we can do. We can commission an art piece, which would give us additional happiness on certain worlds. Tell you what, let's go ahead and buy it. We need to wait a moment to maybe be able to use it, but hang on, let's also make sure that we are getting all of these special resources we possibly can, because we've talked about this. All right, so we're good there. We're good there. And we're good there. All right, so that's that. All right, so the Zukakan Enforcers has made peace with the Hulfir Tranquil Polity. This seems like a new faction. Where are you?
Construction complete.
Oh, okay. This is the Awakened Empire. So no, this is not a new faction. I just forgot they were called the Zukakan Enforcers. So they actually live in a ring world. That's pretty cool. Let's get a closer look at it. Oh, it's awesome. Interface off. So you can actually see sections that, that look like, actual worlds. And there's 4 different worlds in every ring world. So really cool stuff. All right, so what do we have? Construction complete. All right, we have a defensive pact invitation from the Hulfir Tranquil Polity. Let's not take that, because that's a little bit, maybe asking a little bit too much right now. All right, let's do a basic hydroponic farm, or should we maybe do a frontier clinic? Let's do that first. Well, we've got 2 citizens on farms, so it doesn't matter really. All right, that colony's established now. Let's go ahead and build a farm here. Actually, same thing. Let's do a frontier clinic there. And there's an alien toy factory. Nice. So that's giving us some additional resources. And we definitely want to go ahead and clear this stuff as much as we can. I think we can go ahead and clear these planets completely. Yep, totally. Very good. Any other planets need clearing? No, but you need some upgrades. Any other upgrades needed? Don't think so. Let's unpause. No, what's this? Nope. A couple of factions entering into new defensive pacts. So I guess I wonder if they're feeling threatened against me because I've defeated the idiomatic fortress. We talked about that a bit in the comments. Since I have this new technology, I don't have it yet, but since I have access to it, maybe they're feeling a little bit nervous. We have a ton of core worlds. This is fantastic, especially once this territory starts to grow a little bit. Actually, we just took control of this territory from the Tendrakians, just from border friction, pushing back against them. I kind of just want to put these destroyers with one of my other fleets. All right, so let me pause and take a second to determine what I need to rebuild here. So I've got 10 battleships. I need to build 8 cruisers for classes Ravenous, but I don't know what the balance is right now. It looks like there are 4 Hadrian class. Wait, no. There's 12. Okay. So I need to build 8 more. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I need to do 2 more Hadrian class and 6 more Trajan class. Crap, don't have the money for it. Of course we don't. All right, so we'll work on this slowly but surely. It's going to take a while to build up the money to rebuild these fleets completely, especially since it was mainly cruisers that we lost. I still think it's so interesting. We haven't had too much discussion yet. I'm recording this the night that the Enigmatic Fortress episode went out, and we haven't had too much discussion yet as far as like why the cruisers died and not the destroyers and not the battleships. So we'll have to take another look. I mean, again, we're about to have better technology, so... Okay, so it looks like there's been a... Oh, interesting. So this is an actual... They want to declare war along with us. I'm gonna vote no. So was that... Wait a minute. Hang on. Since we got that vote, give me a second here. Let me understand why this is. We're in a defensive pact. Interesting. I guess I just never noticed that prompt before. Is an actual prompt for me? Never. In all of my Stellaris play. I thought defensive pacts only served the purpose of helping you join together against other factions, but I suppose they do more than that. Right, so this is classless Ravenus. Right, we need to do more Trajan class, I think. We'll come back to that once they're all built, and there'll be enough minerals to fully rebuild that, I think, if I just let it cruise for a second. Nice, we have access to another tradition. That was fast. All right, so let's go for our next harmony choice. So, or maybe it wasn't fast. Maybe we just were so focused on the Enigmatic Fortress episode that it went by quickly. But there was actually a lot of time that went by in it. So anyway, unrest reduced by 20. That sounds really, really tempting. The happiness of all pops increased by 10%. That also sounds tempting. Oh, that we already have. That's the adoption effect. So I was pointing to this, not knowing it. So leader lifespan increased by 20 years. The negative impact on governing ethics attraction caused by distance from capital is reduced by 50. Let's do that. That seems like one of the most important ones to have as soon as possible. Also, we are waiting 85 months for our next policy. I was curious how long it was going to take to finish up. Research-wise, we are 38 months away from mega engineering and our next ascension perk. Once we start building up some more money after the fleets have been rebuilt, we can start building our habitats. And we need to build those, like a lot of them. Yep, let's continue the deal. So that's going to give us governing ethics attraction, habitability bonus, and let's check with the third. Okay, so we seem to be okay with them. All right, so this new colony is being established. What are we going to call this one? This is Narbonensis. I don't know what we're going to call this sector. I do have to start a sector, though, so let's go ahead and do that. We have plenty of room for additional sectors. I'll come back to it for now. I don't have my list open at the moment. Or actually, it's actually an image that I use for, knowing what the sector names are and, going with, some interesting historical European district names. All right, so that colony's been established. We've got a new sector. Let's go ahead so that faction that wants all of our sectors to have governors isn't too upset. We do have room for another leader, so I might just go for eager. Then again, this would be good too for clearing blockers. Yeah, let's let Shan Wan be the governor there. That'll make sure we continue to get a lot of good influence per turn. So yeah, we have... This needs to be a pretty big sector, I think. Oh, the Ostland system needs to join Magna Germania. Again, if you know the names of Stellaris team members. Ricard actually is not on the Stellaris team anymore. He got rotated out, but there's a story there. There's a reason that's the name of that system. Balawar Ignis, how are we doing over here? Yeah, let's go ahead and donate some minerals for some influence. We joyously accept your donation and promise that it will be used in the most creative of endeavors. Nice. So we could also go ahead and purchase a festival across our worlds. Could I do that right now? Do I have the money for it? I do. Extra happiness and reduced growth time? Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. We're in an expansionist period. We're definitely gaining a lot of territory quickly. We have a couple of new worlds here that might be worth colonizing. Look at all these that are within our reach now that we have better habitability tech. Not bad at all. All right, so 30 months away from strategic resource. What do we have? Trade deal offer. We want a research agreement, and they're willing to give me some energy credits. Yeah, sure. Why not? Also, I need to go ahead and set that up with some other factions, don't I? So... looks like minerals is the... Man, I'm giving you most of my minerals for this. All right. Now, somebody pointed out in the comments that you actually don't need to tip it into +1 territory in order to get them to accept. So I'm going to try that and see what happens. Yeah, see? You have to tip it into +1. 0 doesn't work. It makes it... That kind of indicates to me that it works the way I suspected that it did, which is that when you have it on 0, it's kind of a die roll. So let's... Okay, now they're offering... Okay, no, this is them just saying no. Okay, for a second, I thought they turned around and made us the same offer. Let's talk to them and see about... All right, so that confirms... That's reassuring. I somewhat know what I'm doing. All right, so let's do an instant transfer again. Same thing. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can mix it up a little bit. All right, they actually don't want money. I don't think they wanted money last time either. All right, so confirm. That should be good. All right, they accept. That's that. So yeah, you do have to tip it in their favor slightly because otherwise that 0 means it could go either way. Due to the overabundance of happiness spread by the Festival of Worlds, some of the organizers have fallen in love with our worlds and wish to stay there after it ends, settling down and becoming a part of our empire. They should leave. I feel like that's asking for trouble.
Tile blocker cleared.
All right, so those tile blockers have been completely cleared. Also, some new immigrants are arriving on these worlds, which is fantastic. We do need to build an art monument at some point here. I haven't forgotten. I guess I'll go ahead and build it on this world, and it'll eventually... Oh, cool. We can go ahead and upgrade that already because those immigrants arrived. So we can upgrade this to a second-level colony. Anything else we can build here? No. We can do robotic population if we wanted to. 17 months away from cheaper leaders. 22 months away from mega engineering and from dark matter, roughly, which is a good combination. And also our new ascension perk. 65 months away. So 5 years and change. All right, so these two are at war once again. Not surprisingly. Seems like they filled in a little bit of space here. I was thinking originally of colonizing in this area, and now it seems like they jumped in and took it. What do we have here? Submerged cruiser. The colonizers on Balloar Continentum regularly explore the planet in hopes of finding more resources to help with day-to-day life. A recent expedition to the North Pole has now unveiled a large object on the bottom of the ocean, an alien battle cruiser. The pressure of the deep will prove a challenge, but it is possible to get to the ship.
Situation log updated.
All right, let's go ahead and research it then. It's just going to take 200 days. Forgot to build something here. Let's go ahead and do a power plant. Obvious reasons. This needs to be a science lab. How are we doing otherwise? We good? I think we're fine. I think the top planets have all been very thoroughly built out. Some of the citizens left in order to colonize the new worlds, as is expected. Let's see, is there anything else we can colonize? Not really. I mean, we might be able to terraform some worlds. Are there any other terraforming candidates? There is also Mars. I know you might be curious about how that's coming. Let's take a look real quick. Might be done with it this episode. We'll see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're going to be done with it this episode. Very nice. Let's actually tell you what, since we are so close to it, let's just keep an eye on the indicator while we're waiting for other things to happen. Okay, we can go ahead and build a hydroponics farm there.
Construction complete.
Spice must flow. Excellent.
System
All right, we
survey.
definitely need a physics lab for reasons we've discussed. Less than a year away from the completion of the Mars terraforming project.
Complete.
Nice. We get the streamlining algorithms
Construction
modifier. What's that?
complete.
I don't see it yet. It might not have popped up. Okay, so our effort paved the way forward. I guess we have to click this to get it. The salvage mission on Balloar Continentum has succeeded. The ancient cruiser that lay on the bottom of the ocean has been resurfaced and repaired. It is a wondrous sight to behold, and from repairing it, our engineers have learned some of the secrets behind its design. Okay, now do we see it? Here it is. So now we have, oh, nice. Stream, so it's showing the wrong tooltip here, but we get, it's an evasion bonus, basically. So that's nice. Mars is close. Now, before this finishes, I want to tell you guys, just so that the initial reveal isn't like different from expectations. Let's go ahead and go for, let's go for another core system. I feel like that's the best thing to do. Or more leader capacity. No, more core systems first. I want to go ahead and tell you, I have colonized Mars before. And, or not colonized, but terraformed Mars before in offline play. And I think that it is planned for them to actually make a texture for Mars that is that looks like Mars but with green and blue on it, as opposed to just, you know, brown dirt. But right now, there's not one of those yet. So I didn't want to ruin the excitement like episodes ago, but oh man, we've been recording for 30 minutes already. Holy crap. I didn't want to ruin the excitement, you know, that long ago, but just so you know, like, we're about to see this happen. It might not look quite the way you expect, or in some cases maybe hope. All right, so now we've got that. Do we have dark matter? Yes, we do. We have dark matter, so that's going to help us with our physics research. Let's go ahead and go for enigmatic power cores. Those are 45 months away. And then, ooh, we have access to crystal-infused plating. I know you want to see Mars. Hang on. Building build speed plus 10%. That sounds... Yeah, you know what? Or minerals plus 5%. Let's do that. Let's get the minerals bonus. All right, so we are very close to the completion of the Mars terraforming project. Let's go to normal speed. And there it is. See, for now it just looks like a standard continental world, but we have terraformed Mars, which means we can colonize it right now. It's actually, oh wow, it's a nice little planet. So let's go ahead and call it. We're going to send, obviously, a colony from Earth to do it. And I want to put, I actually feel like there's two good spots for a colony ship right there. Let's go ahead and put it right there. This is going to, Sol Prime. No. Now, do we call it Mars? Do we call it something else? Mars would be the Roman name. Ares would be the Greek name. Yeah, you know what? This is Mars. It's Mars. Let's just call it Mars. That's the name of that colony, and we are going to colonize that right now. And actually, we are 32 minutes into this episode. I'm going to be honest. I was not watching the clock. I did not realize that much time has passed. Oh, nice. So check this out. Okay, well, this is good that we got to this right at the end of the episode as well, but we do need to cut this one. Somehow we've solved it. You helped. The organic nature of things eluded us. The answer lied behind us all this time. Stop it, game. It's doing it again. Of course. Thank you, little ones. The universe is vast yet so small, but now we see it in all its simple glory. It's lovely. Now that we have calculated infinity, there is but one thing we can do now. We can show you the truth. Farewell, young ones. Glad we could help. So let's, I think in a few days, we should get something from them. So we're working on building that colony ship, but we should get something from them pretty soon. I'm not going to leave it on that big of a cliffhanger. Their borders are pushing back against ours now, interestingly enough.
Construction complete.
Maybe there was a modifier to that yes button that I just clicked from them. Maybe that's what it is. Hang on. Let me make sure I've got everything built here. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's take a look at our modifiers and see if there's anything new. We already had that one. No, there's nothing new, so we're going to get something pretty soon. Here we go. The Infinity Machine. The Infinity Machine disappears into Gargantua and then nothing happens. Did it succeed? What did it try and do? We may never know. A tiny residue of its hull remains within the vortex outside the event horizon. We may be able to learn some of its information from it. A final gift from an odd friend. So this actually gives a research bonus to Gargantua. So when it's in our territory, we have, better, research from that. We also get some additional influence, and then we get the sentient AI technology for free. Now, did we... Okay, we didn't already have that. So that is a dangerous tech. So that could actually introduce problems later on, but that's another research speed increase for us to cap off this episode. So anyway, we're 35 minutes in. I've been doing so many long episodes lately because my recording schedule has been very tight. And so when I do have time to record, I'm enjoying playing and I don't want to stop, but I don't want to get you guys in the habit of expecting too many long episodes from me. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this one here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes in Roma Galactica, as always, are coming out every day at noon. Actually 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.